Good morning, everyone, and once again, welcome you all to my channel. In this way, in the last video, I taught you all in this way. In the last video I taught you are till here, and in the above paragraph what we have studied that the narrator narrates that when Dr. Sadaon meets his wife Hana, and where he meets his wife Hana, and which type of feeling first time he felt when he looks his wife, his, you can say, Hana. In this way it's over. Let me read next paragraph. Now he felt her hand on his arm and was aware of the pleasure it gave him. In this way, in the above paragraph we have seen that how he meets, you can say it is the story of past time, the past life of past time of Dr. Sadao. But in the next, in this paragraph we have seen, yeah, we have stated that now again narrator narrates when the wife, yeah, you can say Hana, comes out from the inside room, yeah, from the room, and she stands beside Dr. Sadao, and she holds the hand of Dr. Sadao. And after then what happened? Now he felt her hand on his arm and was aware of the pleasure it gave him. When which time, and here we find that which type of feeling he feels when his wife holds his hand. Even though they had been married years enough to have the two children, for they had not married heedlessly in America. In this way, in present time they have two children. They have two children because it has been for many years. Yeah, it has been proper years for them after marriage that they present time they have two children. And they did not marry. They did not marriage each other heedlessly in America, I mean, without any you can say inspection. Without any inspection they did not get marriage with each other. But after observe, after talk each other, they get married in America, heedlessly, without any attention. Casually he gets married. It doesn't happen such type of thing in America. They had finished their work at school and had come home to Japan, and when his father had seen her, the marriage had been arranged in the old Japanese way. Although Sadao and Hana had talked everything over beforehand, they were perfectly happy. She laid her cheek against his arm. In this paragraph, we find the narrator narrates the Dr. Sadao's family, and when he gets married with Hana. It means casually they did not get married each other in America, but they married properly. They they get married properly. And first of all they complete their education in USA, and after returning from there, his father, it means Dr. Sadao's father, meets girl, and after then Dr. Sadao arranges, Dr. Sadao's father arranges their marriage in old Japanese way. And in this way, although Sadao and Hana had talked everything over beforehand, it means when they meet each other in USA, they talk each other about the family planning, about their marriage. So they talk each other that they need, first of all, they complete their education. After completed their education, they will return to Japan, and there they will get married. In this way, beforehand they talk about all the planning, about all the planning, and they were perfectly happy. See it, and in present time both are very happy, and happily they are living their life. And in this way, I already told you, Hana stands beside beside Dr. Sadao, and Hana puts her cheek over his arm. It means Dr. Sadao. In this paragraph, we find what is his family and in which way he gets married with each other, and present time how they are happy or unhappy. Okay, I hope you all understood what is the meaning of this paragraph. For present time in the society, you see we make friends with each other, and without thinking around us, without thinking our family, we get married na? Suddenly. So such type of thing not happens. First we need to complete our education, because after getting married we have a job. Without job, how we can survive our family na? So this one is a very important thing. So don't need suddenly to get such type of step na, in life. We wait and watch, and when everything is proper, then we need to get marriage. Okay, I hope you all understood the meaning of this paragraph. And after it, let me read next. It was at this moment that both of them saw something black come out of the mists. It was a man. He was flung up out of the ocean. Flung, it seemed, na, to his feet. Sorry, huh. First of all, I want to tell here, na, it was at this moment, in this way, both are standing in the veranda, and from there they can see, na, they can see the outside the mist and fog, even the water of the ocean, and both see black, both see something that are coming out, something that is coming. Someone, yeah, you can say someone is coming out from the dark mist. When he is stirring, he being stirred, yeah, he is mobilized. He is staggering, he is staggered, mobilized. He is flinging, yeah, he is being flung, you can say being swung, such type of thing. He looks any someone is blurring in the mist and in the fog, in the fog of ocean. And after then what happened? It seemed to his feet by a breaker. He staggered a few steps, his body outlined against the mist, his arms above his head. Then the curled mist hid him again. In this way, both are standing in veranda. Who is standing in the veranda? Who are standing in the veranda? One is Dr. Sadao, second one is his wife, Hana. So both are standing in the veranda, and they are enjoying the atmosphere around us, around themselves. And then they find someone is mobilized, someone is stirring, being stirred in the mist, in the dark mist and fog. And he finds he they find that he is willing to walk, to go ahead one by one step. But when he puts his leg one step ahead, he staggers, and his hands moves here and there. And it means he is lost. He loses his control over his body. Such type of thing they see from the veranda. And ultimately they find the person is again hidden by the fog and mist. And after then what happened? Who is that? Hannah cried. She dropped Sadao's arm, and they both leaned over the railing of the veranda. So you all know in the veranda there is a railing around the veranda, around the border of the veranda. And in our house we find comfortable to stand, yeah, to hold the veranda standing near, yeah, you can say stand in the veranda holding the railing. So here both are standing there, and both are holding the railing and in this suddenly suddenly Hannah releases the hand of her husband, Dr. Sadao. And both lean over the railing of the veranda to see him properly, to see that person properly. Now they saw him again. The man was on his hands and knees, crawling. And when they lean, they means Dr. Sadao and and his wife Hannah both lean over the railing of the veranda. They can again see them. They can again see him. Yeah, you can say his hands and knees, and they see that he's crawling in the midst. He's crawling, creeping because he has no power to stand properly. He is wounded, so he's crawling, and then they see him fall on his face and lie there. And ultimately when he tries to stand up, ultimately when he tries to get up, he again falls down the ground, and he again fall down. He again falls down the ground and lies there. And after that, a fisherman, perhaps Sadao said, watched from his boat. He ran quickly down the steps and behind him. In this way, when Dr. Sadao looks at that person from veranda, Dr. Sadao thinks he must a fisherman, and he by mistake he falls down. He has fallen down from his boat in the water, so his condition is such way. And saying this one, he gets down from the veranda, he goes ahead to the person and his wife, and he is followed by his wife. And after then this paragraph is over. I think you all understood what is the meaning of this paragraph. In this paragraph the meaning is very easy, only you need to attach the meaning of one paragraph to another paragraph. In this way you can easily understand. Then let me roll down next paragraph. Hannah came, her wide sleeves flying. Wide sleeves is a type of cloth. Na? A mile or two away on the either side, there were fishing villages. But here was only the bare and lonely coast, dangerous with rocks. The surf on surface beyond the beach was spiked means nokila, chokila, you can say, and with rocks. Somehow the man had managed to come through them. He must be badly torn. In this way, when he is followed by his wife, Hannah says to him that a mile or two, you can say near about the 2 or 3 kilometers far away. From here, there 2 or 3 kilometers far away, there is a village. There are fishing villages, but this coastal area is barren area. I mean, around this coastal area there is no village. There is no village because all the rocks of this coastal area are very dangerous, and due to dangerous, no one can fish here. No one can fish here because this the rocks. You can say the rocks side. The rocks side are very the rock side is very sharp, no one can fish here, no? And somehow, and in this way they see by hook and crook he manages himself to come through them. He must be badly torn. Somehow the man had managed to come through them. He must be badly managed to come through them. In this way, by from that mist and dark fog, he comes out. And when he comes out from that miserable condition, they find that he is badly torn, he is badly wounded. Who is badly wounded? The person who is coming out from the fog, from the mist. Then in this paragraph we find both husband and wife come out from the veranda, and they go to coastal area beach, where the person is tossing the where each person is tossing and tossing, na? And when they are coming while they are coming to that person, Hannah thinks that the village from here, there are 2 or 3 kilometers far away. The village are 2 or 3 kilometers far away from here. So I think so she is thinking, why, how such type of person comes here, because all the rocks of this coastal area are very sharp, and no one can fish here, because otherwise these rocks hit them. Okay, so I hope you all understood what is the meaning of this paragraph. So let me read next paragraph. They saw when they came toward him that indeed it was so. The sand on one side of him had already a stain में दाग धब्बा of red soaking through. Red soaking, soak मैंने absorb करना, absorb. In this way, when they come to that person, they see it means husband and wife see, yes, it is a man, and he is badly wounded, and send and send ठीक है, whole the you can say the body is stuck by the body is stuck, yeah, you can say over his body, there is sand, and the sand already absorbs the red, the red blood of his body is, so this is seen as stain over his body. There are many stains over his body of red blood. I hope you all understood. In this paragraph, we understand what is the physical appearance now the prisoner, and how he seemed, because he is wounded, and the sand over, of his body soaks, you can say, absorbs the his red blood, and it becomes like a stain over his body. In this way, it's over. Let me read next. He is wounded, Sadao exclaimed. He made haste to the man, who lay motionless, his face in the sand, an old cap stuck to his head, soaked with sea water. When Sadao looks at him, Sadao exclaims, na, cries, he is wounded. Na? And for this, he made haste to the man. He comes to the person immediately, and and uh, and old cap stuck to his head, soaked with sea water. He was in wet rags of garments. Sadao stopped Hana at his side and turned the man's head. They saw the face. In this way, both come to the person, and he finds his family motionless. So, and he's wearing a cap. Na, an old cap, na, and this cap soaks. This cap absorbs the water of sea, and when he, it means Dr. Sadao removes the cap from his body, and he finds him, and he says that his clothes of his body are torn, totally torn. So in this way, they see the face of the person, and after what happens, let me read. A white man, Hana is whispered. Yes, it was a white man. The wet cap fell away, and there was his wet yellow hair, long as though for many weeks it had not been cut, and upon his young and tortured face was a rough yellow beard. He was unconscious and knew nothing that they did for him. In this paragraph, both husband and wife understand it is a white man. It is a white man. It belongs. I mean, he belongs to America, and America is present time the arch rival of Japan, and Japanese you can so. So in this way, when they see that it is a white, it is a white man. I mean, he is a white man. Yeah, this is a white man, and he finds that he has long yellow hair, yellow hair, and after then and it is seemed that he does not cut his hair for last many weeks, and it is seems that he is tortured. He is very young, but his body is tortured, and his body is tortured, and present time he is unconscious, and he does not know what they are doing for him. In this paragraph we find, when they find him, what is his condition, what is his, who is that is a white man, and what is his condition. His condition is very miserable. His clothes, his beard, and his hair, everything is very torn up, no? Everything is very torn, and he is unconscious. He does not know what they are doing with him. Okay, I hope you understood what is the meaning of this paragraph. Let me read next paragraph. Now Sadao remembered the wound. Now Sadao remembered the wound, and with his expert fingers, he began to search for it. You all know Sadao is a doctor, and he's a very trained doctor. He is very dedicated doctor, and he does not discriminate between his between you can say enemy and friend. Only he knows if anyone is ill, he it is his duty to treat him. So such type of his doctor, when he finds that he is very wounded, his trained fingers automatically want to work na, over his body. He began to search for it. It begins to summon. Blood flowed freshly at his touch. When on the right side of his lower back, Sadao saw that a gun wound had been reopened. In this way, man, he is trained doctor. So when he looks at his miserable condition, his hand, his fingers na, automatically start doing the work, and it search out. And when the fingers search, they find a place on his body that is wounded by by bullet of gun. And as soon as he touches the place, it flows, it flows, yeah, you can say, due to his touch, blood comes out from that place. The flesh was blackened. If so you all know, when we shoot the gun, the bullet automatically has been very hit. So if it touch your skin, that place automatically suddenly has been dark. So the flesh was blackened with powder. Sometime not many days ago, the man had been shot and had not been tended. It was bad chance that the rock had struck the wound. It had not been tended, you can say, very still. It when it had not been tended still, you can say very old basi. So you can say when it has not been very old, it had not been many days. In this way, he finds that the place of his body that is shot by the bullet of gun, it has been very dark. It is very dark. It is very dark. And after then he understands that he is shot very soon. Meaning it has not been very old, but due to the rock, that is a spiked rock, yeah, you can say that is a sharp rock. It hits, all the rocks hit him, so he is wounded badly. So in this paragraph we understood what is the condition of Sadao when he looks patient, and he finds how he is wounded. Okay, in this way we study the above paragraph. Let me read next paragraph. How he is bleeding, Hannah whispered again in a solemn voice. The mists screened them now completely, and at this time of day no one came by. The fishermen had gone home, and even the chance which combers would have considered the day at an inn. In this way, when Hannah looks at him, Hannah whispers again in solemn voice. It means she has passion to that person, and she says that he is bleeding. Oh, how badly he is bleeding, and the outer side, the outer atmosphere is very chill, is very cold. The mist is screening. The mist is screening completely, and this is the you can say this one is the evening time, and everyone has gone to his her house, and even no one is there. And so this one is the evening time, which commerce and everyone has gone to his house. And in this way this paragraph is over. Let me read next paragraph. What shall we do with the man? Sadao muttered, but his trained hands seemed of their own will to be doing what they could to stanch the fearful bleeding. He pegged. In this way, I already told you he is very trained person. So first of all, Sadao asks himself what he needs to do with that person. He is very wounded person, so what he needs to do with that person. And he is trained, so he can't control no, over his fingers no, he can't control over his finger. Stench means rokna, the fearful bleeding. I mean, he can't control over his fingers. It means his fingers are ready to control his blood. And after that he packed the wound with the sea moss that strewed Ugna, the beach. The man moaned with pain in his stupor, but he did not awaken. In this way, when he does not control over his fingers, he starts collecting the moss at the bank of the beach, and with that moss he wants to stop his stuffer means you can say taklif pain. When he wants to stop his blood, he wants to stop his blood, and when he touches his wounds he moans when the white person moans. Okay, in this way I stop my video here. Okay, thanks.